everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing yet another beer out of the Sierra Nevada Beer Camp Across America 12-pack. This is the collaboration with the Asheville Brewers Alliance, and this is the Tater Scotch Ale. Now, obviously I've saved more of the maltier beers for last just because of the freshness date, so this one also has a freshness date, the 3rd of June, so again, another one that's at about 2 months old at this point, but they're using sweet potatoes in this one. And I don't believe I've ever had a beer that's used sweet potatoes before, so this should be pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Alright, so the first thing I'm getting is a really nice kind of sweetness. I'm definitely getting some caramel malts. I'm getting a really nice kind of rich toffee type of note in there. Definitely getting some big bready, biscuity malt notes too, very bready. Getting actually a touch of smoke in there. Now, it's not super prevalent. You definitely wouldn't mistake this for being, a smoked beer at all, but it's just got a little bit of that smoky type of character in there. Yeah, it smells pretty decent, actually. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. Oh, yeah. So right away, I'm definitely getting that caramel malty sweetness. I'm getting a really rich toffee note in there as well. It's actually really nice. And there's also a little bit of that smokiness in there, just like I got in the aroma, which I really wasn't expecting. But I'm really glad because when I have a nice Scotch Ale, since I do tend to be a little bit more on the sweeter side, if they have a little bit of that smoky note, that just kind of tends to balance everything a little bit more. Definitely getting that, biscuity, bready malt backbone in there as well. I'm getting a touch of some very kind of grassy, earthy hop notes. Really not much of a hoppy note to speak of at all. Definitely kind of smelly hops, but I get a little bit of that kind of earthy, grassy note in there. Which again, kind of helps to balance this entire thing out because it does have a lot of sweeter notes. I mean, it's like this really rich toffee, very rich caramel, kind of a sweet bready note along with that kind of biscuity note as well. But yeah, it's pretty nice. The one thing I really don't get is the sweet potato taste. Now, of course, because there's already caramel, toffee, that kind of note in there, I suspect that the sweet potatoes in this probably have just added to these sugars, so, there's not really an actual taste. I get a little bit of a sugary sensation. Not over the top, and it's not too sweet, but it's definitely in there, and again, I think I would attribute that to the sweet potatoes, but there's nothing like actual sweet potato taste going on in this beer. So, it's got a nice medium body. It actually has a pretty crisp type of mouthfeel, slightly coating. It's got enough bitterness to keep this, again, very balanced. So there's sweet notes, but that kind of slightly hoppiness, that little bit of smoke in there just kind of makes this a more balanced, easy drinking beer, especially for 7%. So this is actually pretty well done. Definitely one of the better ones out of the package so far. So definitely glad that I saved one of these for last. So as far as rating, guys, I'm going with an 8.2 out of 10. Again, it's got the caramel sweetness, the toffee sweetness, a little bit of that bready sweetness. It's got the biscuity malt backbone, a little bit of smoke, and just a touch of those earthy hops. All in all, a nice, easy drinking beer. Nothing going to blow your mind, but it's a nice beer nonetheless. Alright, guys, as far as a musical recommendation, since this was done with the brewers out of Asheville, North Carolina, I want you to check out a group who's also from North Carolina, the Avid Brothers, and their 2002 record, Country Was. Now, they were more or less a bluegrass, almost to the point of being like a punk rock bluegrass. They had a ton of energy. Their lyrics are always just, they're amazing. I mean, some of the best lyrics that you're ever going to find. This first record is just raw. It's really, really cool. It's very intense. If you guys like bluegrass, country, folk, that kind of thing, you're really, really going to like this one. Alright, guys, that does for this beer review. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.